so make sure that you have some blocks. I always appreciate the support for the body because we're here to really come into the body. Yoga is an inner workout, not an outer workout, even though we do get into the physical. But that's the asanas to help build the body's ability to receive the breath and to be able to sit for long periods of time. So a lot of hip opening, a lot to do with the psoas, because the psoas is attached to the diaphragm, and the diaphragm is of course our breathing apparatus, and the diaphragm looks like maybe just a little jellyfish, and we want to like expand the breath. And so we'll tune into some breath work to start. I left with some Kapalabhati and our gentle. That's probably where we'll start here. I'm only going to do one round of Kapalabhati to get us going, because too much Kapalabhati, I get like special. It can be heating, you got to be really just gentle with it, but it does activate the energetic channels of the body. It's a kriya, it's a clearing. So it's also an option. I encourage you to try it unless you're pregnant or have some really a hernia or any kind of like ulcer. You can do it gentle if you have indigestion, because it does help stoke the digestive fire, and most of our fire is kind of dampened because most people use ice in their beverages, and so that's something maybe you could think about offering yourself, is trying water without ice. It would be warm water, warmer beverages to keep the digestion going. Anyways, Kapalabhati. I'm sitting on a block for support, just because I usually like to have a little bit of support to bring the thighs a little lower than the hips, and that just helps the breath. And then just resting the palms, maybe face up or face down. If you'd like to take, a mudra, maybe one, maybe the grounding mudra, chin mudra, and that is bringing the index finger and thumb together, and the 3 remaining fingers are just together and long and resting the palms down. This just helps bring the breath a little lower into the lower breathing space, into maybe the sacrum, perineum, lower belly also area. That would be really cool to feel if you could get it down that far. It can go there, it just takes a little practice and awareness. But Kapalabhati is that lifting up of the navel up and in on the exhale. The inhale is passive. Everything is through the nostrils. And as you inhale, you want to expand the ribs out and lift the ribs up. Full breath in, and then as you exhale, see if you can keep that as you gently draw the navel, keep the ribs lifted and expanded, the shoulders soft as you invite the navel up and in on the exhale. And then the inhale, release the navel. The breath has somewhere to go if you keep the ribs lifted. And so you can do it gently like that, nice and slow, focusing on that. Lifted ribs and expanded chest, expanded ribs. Or as you exhale, you bring the navel up and in like a snapback. And so let's do that for 30 pumps. Release that. You may have felt a burning, a sensation of muscle engagement, getting those toned pores. And so bring the hands up, lift those shoulders up to the ears. As you exhale, Draw them down, bring the hands to the top of the head and releasing the fingers. We're going to do that a couple more times. Bring the shoulders up to the ears. Draw them back towards each other, pinching, not pinching, but drawing them towards that spine, and then down towards the hips. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, draw them back. Engage the navel up and in. Let those shoulders draw down the back. One more time. Setting the scapula, setting the shoulders. Over those hips, navel's engaged. Releasing one hand to the earth. Extend that top arm. Reach. Maybe the shoulder don't like that. You can bring it to the head. Exhale, round it forward. Tuck the chin. Inhale. Rise it up. Two more of those. So you're drawing that shoulder in front of the torso, just releasing any tension in the scapula. And then as you inhale, you draw it back and you look up. Draw that bottom shoulder away from the ear as well. Chin is tucked as you look down. Pause there to breathe. Maybe reach that arm, lengthening it as best as you can. And maybe rotating the wrist. Both directions. As you inhale, let's draw that top shoulder back. You're going to look up, look at the hand, and then draw circles. Draw that bottom shoulder away from the ears. The gaze goes down towards that shoulder, and reverse those circles. Take the hand up and back, look up. Exhale, down to the other side. Same thing. Anchor those sit bones. Reach over to the other side. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bring that hand to the shoulder. Draw it forward. Tuck the chin. And breathe into the back. Softening the face, and as you inhale, draw that top shoulder back, look up, and then exhale, round, draw it in front of the torso. Maybe a couple more. As you come up, maybe lengthen the arm. Look at the hand, draw circles, draw that bottom shoulder away from the ears. Play the fingers, rotate the wrist. Drawing that nose down to the bottom shoulder and then rotate the wrist, or rotate the other way. Coming on out. Bring those hands behind the back. Fingertips to face forward. Display the fingers. Microbend the elbows. We're gonna lift the chest. Just press the head back. Don't let it fall back. I'm gonna press those thighs forward. Breathe here. Release the thighs, the glutes down, come back up. Bring those hands forward, come to table, tuck those toes, lift into down dog. Not gonna stay in down dog, but walk the dog for just a minute, remove that lock. Look at the hands, make sure those fingers are splayed. The index finger is pointed forward. You're making that nice little letter L between the thumb and the finger, or a V. Lift the fingers, micro bend those elbows. Stay up onto the toes, tuck the chin. Micro bend those elbows, and bend. Press one heel down. As you exhale, switch those feet, pressing the other foot down. And finding your way back onto the toes at the inhale. As you exhale, micro bend those elbows, ground the knees, sway the spine. Exhale, untuck the toes, tuck the chin, lift the navel up and in, press those hands into the earth, look behind, maybe you don't see those toes, those feet, and then tuck the toes. Knees are directly under those hips. Micro bend those elbows to where they bend back towards you, lift the gaze, sway the spine like you have a beach ball in the back. As you exhale, untuck the toes, tuck and round, navel up and in. Ground the forearms, bringing those elbows straight back towards you. Then the hips ground to the heels and then the forehead. We're going to do a few rounds of Chakravartasana, and we'll flow that into replacing child's pose with our down dog. So here, while we're in child's pose, make sure to keep the hands grounded. Lift the fingers, feeling the pads of each knuckle. Rock side to side. Keep those fingers lifted and those knuckles grounded. Lift the gaze, look forward, scrub yourself forward by pulling those elbows back towards you. Tuck the toes, lift, sway the spine. Exhale, round, come into your down dog, lifting those hips. As you inhale, bend into the knees, come back to table, sway the spine. Exhale, bend those elbows, round the hips, then the forehead. The child. Breathe there. And down. Inhaling, gaze forward. Bring yourself forward. Tuck the toes. Sway the spine. Exhale, round the spine. Tuck the tailbone, and lift the knees, and then send the hips all the way up, lifting the tailbone up to the sky. Down dog. Bringing up onto the toes. Come back to the knees into table. Swaying the spine. Draw the shoulders towards the back. Exhale. Untuck the toes. Press the tops of the feet into the earth. Keep that micro bend in the elbows as you round, tucking the tailbone. This time shift the shoulders past the wrists. Inhale, send the hips back to the heels. Ground the foot. Elbows round. Rock side to side. And we come up onto those fingertips, lifting the wrist crease and those elbows. Breathing and rocking side to side, massaging those organs with the thighs, those hip flexors, extension of the arms and shoulders. gaze forward. Release the palms, ground the forearms. Bring yourself back up. Exhale, down dog. Stay in down dog. Microbend those elbows and walk your dog. I'm going to take off my glasses. Feet aligned with the hands and hips. Shoulders. Body parts with those heels, round heels. So just pump here. Microbend those elbows though, don't jump into the shoulders. So pulsing. Lifting onto those toes, sit bones rise up just a little further. Breathe here. Inhaling that left leg high to the sky. Keeping those hips round, square. Exhale, knee to nose. Or forehead. Inhale, bring that leg right back up. And more of those. On this next one, you're going to step that leg through, finding that knee aligned with that ankle in our runner's lunge. You can use blocks here or books. Just makes it more accessible and keeping things more aligned. So knees over that ankle, lift the heart. Pressing into both big toe mounds. Let's just lengthen that front leg and bend a few times. Track the pattern movement of that front knee with that second toe. Lengthening through that leg, hold that leg, keep micro-bending that front knee, pressing through that back heel. Bring that right block up, that right hand to that block, left hand to the hip, press that hip back. Take just a little twist, but my knee's a little micro-bend. We're not gonna go too deep into this right now. Just take a gentle twist into that modified here, twist, lunge. Come back out, lower that back knee, finding our crescent, untuck the back toe, low crescent lunge, bring those arms up overhead, palms connect, interlace those fingers, keep the thumb and index finger unlaced. Lift from the navel up, press into those feet. Look at the thumb and then take the gaze back as far as you can see the thumb. Release the hands there, either to the block or to the floor. Tuck the back toe, lift that back knee, coming back into that runner's lunge. Breathe here, engage that right glute. Lower that back, I'm sorry, not lower. Draw that left leg back to down dog, left leg lifted. Bring that left foot back down. Check in with those down dog arms, make sure that they're engaged but not dumping into the shoulder, tuck the chin. Elbows are slightly bent. Coming up onto the toes, lifting that right leg high to the sky. As you exhale, knee to nose 2 times. Move through and step it through. Stepping it through, find that runner's lunge. Knees align with that ankle. Second toe. Shifting that right hip back, aligning those hips. Pressing into both big toe mounds. Start bending and lengthening that front leg. Moving in and out with the breath. Trying to shift that right hip back. Each time engage the left glute. Same thing this side. We're going to lengthen that right leg, pressing into both big toe mounds. Engaging that left glute, engage the right quad. Breathing here. My right knee is slightly bent. I'm going to bring my block a little higher up as I ground my left hand. Taking my right hand into that hip crease. I'm just going to press that back. My quad is engaged. My back glute is engaged. Both feet are grounded. Then I'm going to take my gentle twist over to the right. Coming out, come back into that runner's lunge, frame the foot, lift the heart, engage that glute, lowering that back knee and tuck the toes, pressing that shin into the earth as you rise up, come into Anjaneyasana. Palms together, interlace the fingers, release the index and the thumb. Keeping the arms aligned with the ears and away, drop shoulders drawn away. Inhaling from the navel up, look up, look at the thumbs, and only take the back and back as far as you can see the thumbs. And find your balance, breathe. Releasing those hands, frame the foot. Tuck the back toes. Come back to runner's lunge, engaging that glute. Sliding that right leg back. This time let's go back to down. Set those arms. Fingers come forward. Micro bend those elbows. Tuck the chin. Bend in and out of one knee, pressing one hand down. Feeling the pinky and the big toe. As you come up to the toes, lift the sit bones a little higher. Use the breath to go up and down onto the toes and then grounding the heels. If you can ground those heels, lift the toes. Engage the quads. Press your hips a little further up to the sky. Inhaling, rolling through the vertebrae as best as you can. Find your way back plank. Feet and hands are aligned. Lowering the knees, untuck the toes. Bend those elbows straight back. Hips ground, back to child's. Wiggle those fingers a little forward, a little more, finding more extension into the arms and shoulders. Deeply breathe into that whole back body, extending out and to the sides. Let's take an asymmetrical child pose. That seems calling for my body. I don't know, it's hard to teach these online because when I have people present, I can cater to their needs. Here it's just me. So come do yoga with me. So anyways, shift that left hip back, reach forward with those left hands, and come up onto the fingertips. So extending into that left side body, let's take several breaths in from the hip to the fingertips, that left side. Deep, fully, maybe over expansive of the inhales, and then the exhale again, wiggle in. I held that for a couple extra breaths because my left shoulder did feel released there, just holding. Maybe that's true for you. Let's realign the knees, realign the hands. Come back to center. Then we're going to take that right foot back, that right knee back, reach forward with that right hand. So on my left arm, because my left shoulder has been locked for quite some time. At first, my forearm could not come down. I was up, holding, and then it took a few extra breaths to allow that shoulder to release. Breathing into that right side, just notice how the difference is from the other side. Maybe here, this is your side that's locked. And you need to take care to deviate an extra breath or two. I know it's slow flow, but I get stuck in these sensations. Alright, let's move forward. Bring yourself, align yourself. Come back to table. Sway the spine, tuck the toes. Press yourself up to a high kneel. Toe squat. Not high kneel, but a kneel. Toe squat. Bring those arms open wide. Come up to that high kneel now. Bring the arms overhead. Lean to one side. Breathe in. Press those thighs forward. As you exhale, go to the other side. Pressing those hips forward. Inhale here. Exhale over to the other side. Bringing those hands to the hips, stepping that right leg forward, dip into that leg. Engage that back glute, make sure that the knee is over the ankle. We're just gonna lift that back leg, press that front arm into the thigh, and then dip that hip and knee again. Untuck the back toe, lengthen that leg, come forward and bow. Toes to the sky. Coming back forward, tuck the back toe, bring the hands to the thigh, engage that right glute, press into the earth, lift that back thigh. Lowering it down, and tuck the toe, lengthen that leg, toes to the sky, hinge forward, tuck the chin. One more time, bend into that knee, my knee. I need to pad my knee. Tuck the toe. I gotta pad my knee. So here I am, taking care of myself. Take care of you. See, I got through almost there, and then I was like, nope. Nita does not like that. Tucking that back toe, bring the hands to the thighs. See, I'm keeping my hips square. Engaging that glute, and then just lengthening the knee. This leg really doesn't move much. Untucking the toes, now that leg lengthens. Hips staying square, hinge forward. It's all in your time. So you may not have those hips squared forward right away. That's okay, don't give up. It'll happen. But let's hold here in that leg lengthened half lift. And take the toes down. Shift that right hip back. Press into that back shin. Lengthen the toes. Draw the toes back. And see how my right hip shifted? I'm going to draw that back line. Notice that for you. So bend into that knee. So after I identified that, it feels so much better how I was kind of giving out. And then hinge forward. See, I wanted to flower out like that. No. Don't let that happen. Just keep those hips aligned. You may not get to go as deep. That's okay. It's coming out of there. Frame the foot, tuck the back toes, lift that back leg, runner's lunge. Sliding back into that down dog. Coming forward with that left leg. Runner's lunge. Ground that back knee. Bring the hands to the thigh. Pressing the hands into the thigh. Engage that back glute. Make sure this leg is aligned with that second toe knee. And then lift that back knee. Square off those hips and lower the knee. Lengthen the toe, leg, and dip. Come back to that low lunge. Lift that back knee. And lower. And tuck that back toe. And lower down. Lengthen that front leg. Make sure you don't flower out. Square it up. Bending into that knee. Tuck that back toe. Bring the hands to the thighs. And then lift that knee one more time. Lower that back down. Lengthen that leg. Toes to the sky. Stay here. Scrubbing that heel back. Square off the hips. Engaging your quad. Coming out, tuck the back toes, frame that foot, lift that back leg, runner's lunge. Engage that right glute. Slide that left leg back, bending down dog. Looking up onto the toes, ground the knees, coming back to table, untuck the toes, forearms ground, knees up. It's Monday. table. Push yourself back onto those heels. Bring yourself all the way down to the ground. And give yourself a nap. No, I'm not that tired. I actually did Kapalabhati 3 times, so I actually have a lot of energy. My body just was tired. I'm a little hungry. I didn't eat very much over the weekend. I got a lot. And then we have those blocks or some sort of support over on each side of you. And maybe have a strap. So hug that left knee in. Taking that strap if you need it and bringing it to the bottom of that foot. Everything stays grounded. Tuck the chin, draw the shoulders, ground the shoulders, the back is flat. That right knee can be bent. That is going to help support and stabilize the sacrum, the pelvis. And then using your abdominal navel engagement up and in and down towards the spine, see if you can bring that leg closer to you and just let those elbows bend. And then inhale, release that engagement. And then exhale, engage it in. And it gives a sense that the arms may be helping, but it's really just the engagement of the core. And so maybe you're not going as, deep as I am or as lengthened out in that leg. Maybe this is your lengthened leg and you're really efforting, and that's okay. Just be where you are. Be where you are. Be where you is. And then finding that lengthened leg wherever you may be. And then allow that to cross the body, aligning the toe with that right shoulder. And then just let that go out to the side a little bit. And so begin with these tiny little micro movements first. Pairing that with the breath. On the inhale, go out. And then on the exhale, come back. That when that right foot is grounded, helping stabilize both halves of the pelvis, the sacrum, hips. And so having that right hand come down and just pressing down into that right hip to stabilize that hip. As you let that left leg fall out to the left, bring that support to where the leg can rest. So it may not be very much because you're not letting your body cheat by lifting that right hip half. Make sure that you're pressing the full foot down into the earth. And that you're grounding that right hip with that hand. Engage that left quad. After a few breaths, it's going to probably release, holding those engagements and breathing. Everything's just going to kind of give up after a little bit. Keeping the stabilization of the pelvis, lifting that left leg back up, take it over to the other side. Switch those arms out if you have the strap. Press that right hand into that left hand into that left hip crease. Breathing there, try to keep the left hip grounded. as you let that left foot go across to the right. Press up through that heel, down through the left hip. Bring in that back center. Take that left ankle, cross it over the right knee. You have a block right there. And you're gonna let the hips, just the legs go over to the right and let that block support you there. Just trying to keep those hips sacroiliac joint aligned. Take that left arm diagonal, palm up. Maybe that left hand can touch the left foot, right hand can touch the left foot. Maybe that support gets released, if you can. One deeper twist, you can take that left leg, that right hand, bring it that left knee towards the ground, and slide that under that right leg. So early in our gentle, we kept it very more upward in a double knee twist that tightened to the torso, that got more into that thoracic area of the spine. This is getting more into the hips, that lower body, lower spine. Let's come out of that. Gently draw yourself center. Knees are crossed, so uncross those and hug the knees up. Realign yourself. Taking the time to go over to the other side. Here, just maybe bring the knees in and then send them away. Do that a few times. Just again using that core strength. The elbows are just bending in response to the knees drawing in. Shoulders are better grounded. Maybe circle around and a little wobbly, wiggly with the legs and knees. Go in the other direction. Yourself back, center, forehead to the knees, rock side to side. Release the shoulders, draw them down the back, tuck the chin just a little bit so you can find some length in the spine. Releasing the left foot, make sure it stays grounded, grounding that sacrum and pelvis area. That strap is going to come to the bottom of the right foot. Holding that strap with both hands, let's press that heel up to the sky. Maybe you're here. You want to find the full length of the legs, so wherever you are, find that full length. As you come to your next exhale, engage the navel up and in, and use the navel core strength to draw that thigh and leg closer towards the torso. As you inhale, let that engagement soften. Keep that leg lengthened, and draw it in on the exhale.
back and forth with the breath and those core engagements, using the belly and your own strength to draw the leg close. Using the abdominal muscles is going to help release any back tension. As we're engaging that so as to draw the leg closer. Hips stay grounded. Find that leg at your full range, pressing up through the heel, and then gently go side to side. Make sure both hips stay grounded, and small movements to start. As you exhale, it crosses the body. As you inhale, it goes over to out. Gradually start to feel the range in those tissues of the hips, hams, and glutes. Setting that block up, ready to receive that leg out to the right. Or your support. Switch hands if you're using that strap. Take that left hand to press down that sacrum, that hip, to keep that left hip grounded as that right leg opens up to receive the block, or the block to receive the leg, whatever. Keep that left hip and sacrum grounded. Engage that right quad and breathe here. After a few breaths, it's going to, your body will probably release. It might take a little bit. You can make sure that stays grounded. Everything. Take a little longer on one side, but let's draw that leg up center and cross over. Switch over the hands with the strap, and then pressing that right hand down into that hip. Secure the hip as you cross that right leg over towards the left side. Just really taking time in these stretches, and even though it's slow flow, we float a little bit, that's okay. It's much more active, we'll get more later. I'm just really, haven't really gotten to the hips for a while like this. And again, you're just following along my practice, because, I don't know what's going on in your body. And we have similar body parts. Alright. Bring that leg back center, cross that right leg over the left, and hook that on, coming to that figure 4. Bring those arms out into that T. Have that block ready though, over there to the left, so that way the foot and knee come to that if needed. And just let those legs go over to the left. Adjust the block however you need, if you need it. That left hand touches that right foot. I really don't need the block, but it does offer a different kind of support that I feel that they will need. You're welcome to stay here, but if you wanted that deeper twist, I'm gonna draw that right knee in a little bit towards the floor and then slide it under the left leg. And come out of your twist whenever you feel like it. Pull for a couple of breaths if you need to. If you're like, man, like me, I'm just like, whew. Needed this. It's a cloudy day. It feels like a day where I need to like have a hot cup of tea and read a book. Maybe do a bunch of admin work here in just a moment. I might eat today. That sounds good. And something healthy. I forget to eat, but apparently that's like my part of my dosha, like my constitution. I eat Vedic limbs, like I'm Pitta Vata, but I'm very Vata too. And so my Vata's like, just, I'm a little bit more Pitta than Vata, because I'm pretty fiery, but I'm pretty swirly too. Vatas forget to eat. So I forget to eat. So come out of your twist. Hug it in, rock around, circle the knees, offer anything that feels like your body needs right now to feel complete in your, this little lazy slow flow. It's a lazy, gentle slow flow. Felt good to get into the hips. Just anything that feels right. And I'm just rolling over to my side. So that feels good in my feet. I actually got a big pop in my neck. It's okay. Find your way into your rest and integration, Shavasana. From the support of the earth, with the legs extended, points of contact between the floor and the earth, floor and your legs. And the hips, with the points of contact the back is making. No shoulder blades. You draw them down the back a little bit. And the arms out away from the side of the body, inviting the palms to rest facing upwards. Back of the hands. You can sense the coolness of the floor and touching the skin. Point through the toes, dig the heels in, and then just release. Bring awareness to the palms, the right palm, the right thumb. The left palm and the left thumb. The cheeks, softening the cheeks and the eyes, the ears. And a deep breath in through the nose. Expand the whole body. Hold at the top of the breath. Purse the lips. And slowly let the breath out. And do that one more time. yourself. In 2 seconds. Sensations in the mind. Good job. Thanks. Okay. Resting here as long as it feels right. Comfortable home. If you have the day off, you could just let that move into a little longer of a meditation. But if you need to get more and you need to continue with your day, find the movement back into the body. The body stretch through the toes, release ankles, hugging those knees into the chest, rolling to the left side, opening that right solar channel. I'm gonna expose not more active masculine. Although I already have a lot of masculine energy. Go ahead and press yourself up. Finding your seat, be kind to your nervous system as you come back to your place. And just a comfortable seat. Just notice the maybe fuzzy yoga buzz, the yoga brain, sensations in the body, face. Centering yourself over those hips, the shoulders, the knees. Lift the heart just a little bit and bring the hands to whatever place in the body that's comfortable. Maybe it's the lower belly and on the chest. Breathing, finding the breath in the lower belly, the lung, the ribs, and the upper chest. Just a few rounds of this Durga 3-part breath, pranayama. Bringing those hands together at the heart, thumbs pressing into the sternum. So honor yourself with gratitude for taking care and noticing, stretching, moving your body. Thank you for following along. Wishing you a beautiful day from my heart to yours. Peace, peace, peace. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. It's raining still.